So 21 Savage just dropped the project, and people are sending me this clip because he's doing his rounds with the promo. And I guess he finally breaks his silence. I don't know if he's done it before on the Drake versus Kendrick beef, and he's apparently warned Drake not to do it. Let's get right into this. By the way, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check and see if you subscribe. You might not even know or might think you were subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go.
Do all that shit anyway. Told that nigga leave that shit alone. But goddamn.
He talking about Drake in the battle, by the way.
Told that nigga leave that shit alone. But goddamn, he felt like he was being challenged lyrically, so he wanted to respond. And people chose who they. You know what I told Drake? He called me one of them days, so I called him. I think this was after the first song, the song with Metro them. And I said, goddamn, I said, you finna go into a battle that you can't win. Like, there's no way you can win.
What you mean?
When you, no matter what, bruh, certain situations, even if you win, you still don't win. Like, the what he would have got if people would have quote unquote say he won, because I don't really look at like who won or who lost if nigga I'm still being screened the most. Like,
them boys shooting bail, bro. No, it's okay that he lost. He lost. You're saying he lost, but you don't want to admit he lost because he's so what? Did he not lose to Pusha T? So the only way that you recognize a loss is if somebody's streaming numbers go down, but his streaming numbers did go down during that battle. So what are you saying? His monthly listeners did go down during that battle. So what are you saying? Like, this is where people always do this division of hip hop and where they say it's this side versus that side, and I hate it. But you clearly see why, because there's a side that doesn't respect the cultural side or the art side of it as much as they respect the number side of it. So according to 21 Savage, you can never win if you're the bigger artist, which just is not true. Like, what? It's not. What are you talking about? Like, what? You're basically saying there's no... So he's basically admitting Drake lost, but he doesn't want to come out and say it because he's giving a little caveat like, well, he's still streaming. He lost. And you're admitting he lost because your whole point is there's no win. So you can't turn around and be like, you still won because you're admitting it. You just trying to shoot him bail.
so, but people say like, oh, Kendrick won. Kendrick, a good ass rapper though. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And some of his songs was hard.
Yeah.
But goddamn, Drake, I like Drake songs too. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
And some of his songs were hard. All of them just was hard, bro. Come on now.
But I feel like the only difference is when you're at the top, when you the number one nigga, where does winning put you?
Yeah.
You can't go like number 1.1. So how the fuck could you win?
Yeah, this is just that cultural part where it's like, all right, gang. Winning a battle, and I've said this with the Pusha T thing, that whole like you become like somebody falls from their position is a myth. That doesn't really happen. And the only evidence that people even kind of have to that is Cannabis, and I still think that's an awful argument because I don't think it was LL Cool J that made it where Cannabis wasn't like a thriving artist afterwards. I think Cannabis was just gonna be Cannabis. But yeah, that don't matter because Jay-Z lost to Nas and Ether. What are you talking about? 50 Cent lost to Jadakiss. He's still a bigger artist. We can literally just keep going down the list of people. Like, what do you no, nigga. And it doesn't mean that you win the battle because you win the battle. The changing of the guard doesn't have to happen because you won a battle. Facts. So for instance, it doesn't even make sense to what you're saying because Drake was always bigger than Meek Mill, but he beat Meek Mill. The consensus that he won did the listing change? No. So if he beat Meek Mill and he was bigger than Meek Mill, then why couldn't he do that with Kendrick? Y'all kind of just sometimes be saying anything, but it is what it is.
Anyway, that's what I told him. Like how can you
But
win?
it's ego involved though. Niggas ain't going for that.
It's definitely ego, and it's just some niggas just love Drake. Really love
By rapping better than the other person and beating them in the battle.
this shit.
And he says some people really love this shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Pooh Shiesty views this the same way Drake or Kendrick views this. Like, I think Drake and Kendrick are more of the cloth, believe it or not, even Drake. And 21's more like a street nigga who's kind of using this like a lick. I feel like if he could find more money doing something else, he would. And he would completely never touch rap again. Because I don't know. I could be wrong, but it's just, he's kind of saying that.
Kendrick really love to rap. I don't really give a fuck about rapping like that.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Like, I do, but
you don't.
I don't at the same time. Not to that point where goddamn I want to just, like, a nigga dissing me ain't gonna inspire me to make no song.
Cause you not like cause you just don't love this the same way, and this is the problem with this is that there's so many people in the industry that are like you, who that wouldn't. I believe you, it wouldn't, but that's not a flex. That's not a flex. That's just you being like, I don't really care about this art form since it literally started with battles. This is a lick for me. So it's like you're just loudly saying you don't really care about the art form. Because the illest thing Drake did do was be at the position he was and feel like, nah, I got to answer, bro. This is hip hop. They're coming for me. And I've always said this. Drake will show up for the fight. Drake will show up for the fight. That's why I always give him credit for it. He will show up for that fight. So it's like, this argument is weird because he's kind of trying to like act like niggas are wrong for loving it more than he does. It's like, nigga, then why are you doing this? Because it's a lick. Like, you're not really making a point though.
I'm gonna do something else to your ass. But goddamn.
You see what I'm saying? And that's supposed to be more respected for some reason. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take penitentiary chances because you made fun of me in a song. That's what I'm pushing. Listen, those two are pushing to solve your problems in lyrical warfare and in battle with their art. Me, on the other hand, I'm pushing to the people, kill a nigga who make fun of you. Hurt a nigga who make fun of you. That's my message. Y'all don't be hearing yourselves. See me, I'm realer than them. I'm a jeopardize my freedom because I'm insecure. You know what I'm saying?
But goddamn, but some niggas, that shit like that it do something to them. Like, why nigga think who you think he? Ooh. But I don't know, bro. I feel like
those people are called rappers.
The internet just be ready to tear niggas down, man. Cause I be even seeing that shit about me, and I be seeing that shit about Baby, and I be like, bro, on my mama, bro, I really feel like Baby shit he been dropping hard as a motherfucker.
It is.
Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
They just want to. They tired.
They want to flex. They want to
That's
tell.
how- yeah,
they want to
just-
tell the top niggas down.
Yeah, nah.
Could it be they just don't like the music? Could it be that so you think Lil Baby's having a hard time selling physical tickets? You think that Lil Baby is because niggas just want to tear the top guy down? But this is what happens with y'all. This is what y'all don't want to ever admit to. Maybe we're doing something wrong. Maybe it's just that the sound that you niggas have been pushing is outdated. I don't know if y'all know this, but this whole 21, like the wave, like this trappy wave, we've been in for so long, and usually hip hop, the wave changes and gets fresh and gets new. The shit that y'all doing is stale. That's why. How many more times can you talk about we sliding on the ops and we sipping on the walk and we ain't the king of diamonds with some strippers and some strippers and some strippers, and I don't really like rap, but I'm in rap. So if you talk about me, I'm not gonna rap. I'ma kill you. It's just like, at what point? Like, nigga, there's been generations of this. I swear music is like barely evolved from like 2010, dog. It's 2025, getting ready to be 26, nigga.
For sure.
So
They come with it.
how can you win a battle when niggas want you to lose it? Even if you win, you lose.
I will say that's true though. The conversation of battles has been absolutely degraded, and that's because of stan culture. I think what it is he gets caught up with the stans, and as we all do, and then we don't have like real barbershop conversation. Because when I went to my barbershop, we talk about this. It's a different conversation than online. He's 100% true here. It's like there's some people, and I've learned this. It's not just with music. It's anything competitive. It's getting to the point where people have already chose who they want to win. This is happening in battle rap, the actual battle rap right now. Like where they choose somebody who they want to win, and instead of listening to what happens in the battle, they're really just waiting for the person that they stand to say something so they can battle the other fan base. It's damn near now like the fans battle harder than the actual people battling. But he right here.
Yeah.
No matter what, even if Kendrick never responded, man, if Drake just dropped songs and goddamn Kendrick never responded or nothing, he still don't win because his position didn't change.
But he won against Meek Mill, and Drake's position didn't change after that. I wish he would ask him that. I was like, but didn't he beat Meek Mill? So just do the same thing you did with Meek Mill. Like,
he was already the top nigga.
Yeah,
but okay. Sorry for pausing so much because I have to keep commenting. Okay, LeBron James has been like the top nigga in the NBA. LeBron James loses games. LeBron James has lost championships. I don't understand what being the top person, money-wise or number-wise in a thing, matters when in winning and losing. You could still lose. That's just the position you're in. Like, you can still lose, nigga.
that shit sound different when them folks got down playing your shit at the Super Bowl. But this song, that shit hit different.
Yes.
No, that hurt that nigga. That hurt that nigga. Listen to the I guess. Listen to the I guess. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to make fun of 21. I don't even dislike 21. I don't. But this is hilarious. Hold on. I guess.
But this song, that shit hit different.
Yes. I guess.
That shit hit different. Like, hey, you know, numbers don't lie. But
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, but Kendrick outdid. Okay, so if you're the numbers guy, and the reason why Drake couldn't win was because he was outnumbering people, then what? You just said Drake didn't lose this battle because he didn't lose because he's still the number one most streamed. So if the numbers is what makes him not lose, Kendrick outdid him in numbers in the battle. So what does that matter? But then when he points out, oh, okay, so if accolades and numbers all that matter is Super Bowl, and he pointed out numbers don't lie, now all of a sudden numbers don't matter to him. I guess.
yeah, bro.
That's your criteria. You were the numbers nigga.
That shit gotta feel a certain type of way, boy.
What, you talking about to hear a nigga diss you at the Super Bowl?
Kendrick been a great artist all this time or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he ain't had that look. That Drake diss run look been his biggest look.
Drake couldn't get that from him.
Facts.
That's my point was.
All right, well, I don't know if I'm going to do this whole thing. Well, go back to Drake's back-to-back run. Go back to, like the companies tweeting and getting involved in the battle didn't start with Not Like Us. Go back to see some of the McDonald's and what they were saying on Twitter during the back-to-back run. What are you talking about? He got that off Meek Mill. You don't think he could get that off Kendrick?
Yeah. You saying he should have just left it alone?
He would have just been looking like he tearing a good nigga that mind their business down.
So the folk really want to see the underdog
The
win,
shit
but when
rigged,
you win, they
man.
want to tear you down.
It's rigged, man.
Yeah.
Even if Drake won, he would have been the bad guy for winning.
Yeah.
Like, he would have still been like, man, fuck that. Because Kendrick one of them rappers. Like goddamn, he know how to say, like, different shit, like, writing shit.
You know how to say different shit, like writing shit. That's all like when a nigga be like, man, that nigga think that one of them smart college boy, he be reading.
You get what I'm saying? Like J. Cole like that. Like they could consider them like the holy MCs. Yeah, MCs.
Master Sarah.
MC really can't lose. You can't lose if you an MC for real. But Drake an MC for real, but he got down make hits too.
Okay, we're going to stop here because he's just going in circles. An MC can't lose, but Drake is an MC, but Drake makes hits. So apparently Kendrick Lamar has no hits. Apparently, all right. So we see it here. I get what you're doing, 21. I don't look at 21 no different after this. His homeboy took a nasty one, and their whole team is drowning right now. So he's trying to grab on some sort of, because his logic didn't even make sense throughout this conversation. It was Drake couldn't lose because he's still the number one and still got the numbers. And then when homie points out that Kendrick beat him number wise during this battle, it was I guess. It was Drake doesn't get anything from beating him because he's smaller than him. But Drake beat Meek Mill and did and got a lot from that. Back to back was a big moment for Drake. It was Kendrick, you can't beat Kendrick because he's an MC, but Drake is also an MC. But Drake has hits. So does Kendrick not have hit? Like, okay, I get it. It doesn't make sense because it doesn't make sense. Like so, but shout out to 21.